So how did we reach from wanting to be wedding planner, wedding singer, lawyer to comms manager at Digicel?
Girl, there's so many turning points in that story.
I know.
And there was also air hostess.
Well, every girl wants to be an air hostess.
I kid you not.
Tonight's takeoff is powered by Awesome Image. Good evening and welcome to another episode of the AviDoct Podcast, where we synchronize hearts and elevate lives. Tonight, I am a solo pilot, but hear me out. I have with me somebody who I associate with the song Balance, One Gal Every Day Balance. And she is a social media personality. She's been on the media far and wide, and she's also the comms manager of Digicel, the communications manager of Digicel, Guyana's bigger, better network. Help me welcome Miss Gabriella Chapman on our podcast tonight. And as she graced us with her presence, I just want to say thank you, Gabriella, for doing this with me.
Thank you for having me.
We won't tell them what happened, but thanks for having us again. And it's such a privilege to have you here in our space. I sometimes think that had our lives run differently, we probably would have been friends because we have similar personalities.
Yeah.
But, you know, everything happens for the best.
I mean, technically we are friends, but we would have been better friends.
We would have been better friends. True. So tonight, I just want to ask Gabriella a few things before we get into the gist of everything. I'm going to call this our this or that.
Okay.
All right? Just about 5 questions. Brunch with friends or a cozy night with bae? It's supposed to be hard.
This is future tense or like right now?
Like right now. Right now.
Can I plead the fifth?
Bae, she doesn't want to see her friends. I understand.
I mean, okay, brunch with friends.
Okay.
Just because I haven't done anything like that in a really long time.
Okay.
Cozy night is
Here's the disclaimer.
Regular.
Soca fete or karaoke night?
Girl, soca fete any day.
Love it.
What?
Netflix binge or skincare? I know you've been a skincare
Can I
girl.
do my skincare while I binge?
It could work, you know. It could
Yeah.
work. Like you could put on your
do that.
serums while watching a nice series.
Yeah.
It could work.
Yeah, actually do that.
Beach day or city shopping?
Beach day. I don't like to shop, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Online?
Neither.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never heard a girl that doesn't like shopping. I could understand like shopping online because for me, I don't like going into the stores. I don't like walking around, especially in the hot sun and so on. But put me to sit down online and like look at clothes. And then another thing that happens with me is that I need to see clothing on people before I buy it for myself. I just can't go in a store and be like, oh my God, this would be so perfect.
Yeah, same for me.
So, right. So I would definitely do some shopping, but over beach day, I think beach day would top it off for me too.
Yeah.
With that being said, we're prepared for takeoff, and tonight's takeoff is powered by Awesome Image. This is on Charlotte Street between Camp and Alexander. And the guys there, they give you some perfect lines, clean cuts, and you come out looking sleek and sexy, just like my husband does.
Okay.
And my son Lakai. So check out Awesome Image for all of your haircuts and your lineup. Have you ever been in a barbershop, Gabriella?
I have. I bald my head twice before. So yeah.
Was it like a turning point in your life where you balded your head?
The first time, yes. The second time, it was just a tragic incident with my actual hair, so I had to cut it all off. Yeah.
Okay, sounds like when I had in faux locks and it wasn't coming out. It was just like knotting all the time. I'm like, okay, big chop.
Mine, well, the first time I cut my hair, I felt like I needed to do something drastic. And it was an emotional time in my life. And the drastic thing that I did was shave my head. And then it grew back for 8 months. And then it was so thick, I wasn't able with it. So I tried jerry curling it, and it was over processed, and all the hair started to fall out, and so I had to blow my hair again. So the second one was actually forced.
Oh, that is actually tragic. Imagine trying to jerry curl and then leave with no curls,
no hair. As soon as I passed the comb through it, everything was coming out right at the salon.
Oh my god!
In another country, probably could have sued a lady.
I had a hairdresser.
Yeah.
All right, so we're prepared for takeoff, and usually I have my co-pilot LaSalle Jacobs with us. Well, with me, but tonight he's in the background. But he's gonna be my good partner tonight. Drinks. All right, Gabriella. So what I want from you tonight is to tell me about growing up and what is a core childhood memory that really shapes you into who you are today.
Where do I even start?
Start from Bartica. Maybe hard times shaped you into who you are today.
Yeah. So, well, a lot of people don't know this aspect of my life, but I actually wasn't born in Bartica. I spent the first 8 years of my life in Georgetown. I went to Stella Maris Nursery, Stella Maris Primary, and then my mom married a Bartician, and then I moved to Bartica with my mom when I was 8 years old. So
Bartica is beautiful, by the way.
Yeah, but at that time, it wasn't as beautiful, I would say. At least not in my eyes because of what I was used to. So in Georgetown, I was going to music school. I was playing the piano, learning to read music. I was a very active child. And so when I moved to Bartica, there was none of that there. So for me, it was like, there's nothing here for me to do.
Yeah.
But in retrospect, Bartica is a peaceful place. It's a place where you feel very safe. Everybody feels like family. Yeah. But I grew to learn that over time. So at the initial stage, I didn't know. But I think what it taught me, my childhood, I'm thinking about a specific memory that shaped. There's so many things that I could think about. But I think the transition from Georgetown to Bartica and having to adapt to what Bartica had for me and make the best of it is one thing that really shaped a huge aspect of my personality today. So what I was used to in Georgetown, I just had to create that for myself in Bartica. And I feel that would have forced me to be a more outgoing person, right? Because like things weren't readily available. I have to go and seek it out. You know, if you want people to talk to, you gotta walk over to somebody's house because everybody's not like right there. We're like distance apart. And so, I forced myself to fit in. It didn't daunt my spirit for too long because I knew what I was used to. So I made a lot of friends. I was very active. I taught my friends in Bartica the games that I knew in Georgetown and things like that. So in a matter of a few weeks or months, maybe everybody used to start coming by me because I was the girl that knew things and taught them things and stuff like that. So yeah, that really did.
And there's a thing when you're town girl, there's a thing with people coming to town or being associated with somebody in town. I mean, Barticians are very friendly, like you said, and we went there just a few months ago. And we felt at home, even though Guyana is our home, but we really felt that warmth of the Barticians, big of Bartica. Yeah. All right. So while you were there, what were some of the values? I assume you lived with your mom and your stepdad. Yeah. What were some of the values that they instilled in you that would guide you to this day?
So I grew up in a very strict home, I would say. My mom is Adventist, so I grew up Adventist, and so there were a lot of rules. For example, things that I couldn't do, and for a long time, like there were a lot of things that I would have questioned, like simple things like wearing lip gloss was something that my mom had an issue with and stuff like that. And as a child, you see your friends doing it and stuff like, why can't I do this? Why is it a sin if I wear lip gloss? Like it was extreme. But I think, what can I say? The foundation of morality is in religion, and because mine was so strict, I feel like I grew with sound moral principles that I some of them I shied away from, but there
She
are
backslide a little
others.
bit.
Yeah, there are others that can't budge in me, and I feel like that is a huge part of who I am and how I am today. And if I be specific, it might offend certain people, because some people it's okay, but for me, it's like those are things that I pride myself in, and those are things that my mom taught me because of how we were brought up in the church. But one of the most important things is the spirit of contentment. I did not grow up in a rich family, and how my mom brought us up, yes, you want to aspire for more, but it was never a situation of desperation. And that's a D word that I hate. Like, I don't ever want to feel like I'm ever in a desperate situation. I'm always humble and contented with what I have until better comes.
Yeah.
But it's not a case where I would do anything to get that, you know. We pray, we fast, we do the right things, we wait out the time. When it's your time, it's your time. And that's something that I was taught really young.
Wow, that's so nice. Makes me remember, well, my grandmother is responsible for my religious background. I'd like to think that I am very rooted in my faith. For me, it's my faith. Like, I would sometimes think or know that something is almost impossible, but because of my faith and I believe in God and I have this just mustard seed in me, sometimes mountains are moved, I must say. And that's one of my core values when it comes to religion, my faith. And I thank my grandmother for that. I grew up in Nazarene, by the way. We actually, this is in Kaikan Street, so there's an Adventist church, my church, and an assembly right there. And I was very, very much into church. Like, there was one time, God forgive me, Granny, please forgive me. I prayed for Granny to die because she would just make me go to church every single day. Monday night prayer, Tuesday night something else, Wednesday night Bible study, Thursday night something, Friday night prayer meeting, Saturday night youth group, Sundays church again. Then she did a thing where she used to like throw down all the pots or lay down the pots or whatever, so you could get up like 6:30, 7, because at that time church was at 7:30 or 8 o'clock. No, church was 7:30. Now it shifted to 8. And so, like, on Sundays when I was tired, I'd be like, oh my God, when is Granny gonna die?
Oh my God,
forgive me.
Yes, please forgive her.
I mean, I don't wish this anymore because I love my grandmother to death, you know. But even though church became a burden to me over time. And that's why now I can choose when I want to go, because I kind of felt forced to go, to be honest. Even though I love it and it forms some of my core values, now that I can choose when I want to go and if I want to go, sometimes I just don't go because I got a choice now. I got to go. As a child, you had to go in everything you had to go to.
Yeah, for me, I love church. At that time, I was very active. I was a youth leader. I used to preach in church. I was a Sabbath school teacher. I was Sabbath school superintendent. I was active in the choir and stuff like that. But as I got older, as I said, I had a lot of questions because there were certain things I couldn't understand.
Yeah, like lip gloss. Come on, we could let us slide.
And like, as I got older, like, you know, you can't wear vests and those kinds of stuff. I felt like some of it was a bit too extreme. And then because of that, I kind of like shifted. But it wasn't a case where I grew with any resentment or so. I was very active in church.
Well, my resentment is not to God.
No, with the whole process.
Okay.
Because 5 o'clock in the morning, you wake up for devotion every morning. Yes. And then we have Wednesday night prayer meeting, Saturday night prayer meeting. We have church all day on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then we have Pathfinder Club. We have different activities with Pathfinder Club. So yeah, every day of the week was something for us as well.
Couldn't be me. It was me. Okay. So growing up, what did you want to become then?
Full stop?
Yeah, full stop. Wait, because I have something else coming after.
Look, girl, to be honest with you, when I was growing up, there wasn't one thing I was fixated on. I felt like because our resources were so limited, like in Bartica, when you look around for aspiration, there were very few things that you could have seen around you that you could have aspired to be. Because remember, I think your environment has a lot of influence on how it shapes your mind and your aspirations as well.
Right.
And in Bartica, I was either nurse, teacher, or you work at some shop or something, you know. And there weren't any other things that you were seeing around you. I moved there pretty young, so I wasn't exposed to a lot of careers. So what I drew inspiration from was movies, and some of them were far-fetched, you know. But you saw it and it was like so interesting. Like I remember watching The Wedding Planner, and that was with JLo, and I was like, oh, her job is so interesting. I feel like I love, you know. I feel like I want to be a wedding planner. And then she fell in love with the husband and broke up the whole wedding. And then I saw a wedding singer, and I was with Adam Sandler. I was like, oh, I sing in church and I love. I can sing at weddings. But one particular thing I remember, I was 9 years old. I was in primary 2. And I was introduced to debates.
Okay.
And I started debating from primary 2, and I was an excellent debater. I fell in love with it. Every debate I did from primary to secondary, I was always the first speaker, and I was always the best speaker.
Oh, nice.
And so they used to call me the great debater. And so from then...
Is that a movie too?
Yeah, that's a movie with Denzel Washington. And so from then I said, okay, I want to be a lawyer. And that was something that I always wanted to be from that moment, straight up to high school. My last debate was in fourth form. I did UFA's debate, same thing, best speaker and stuff like that. And I was like, yes, this is it. I want to be a lawyer. But in Bartica, no lawyers there, nobody with experience in what's the process in becoming a lawyer. So all I know is, I like debating, I want to be a lawyer. That's all I do. But then as I got older and I learned what it took,
not you.
Yeah.
So how did we reach from wanting to be wedding planner, wedding singer, lawyer to comms manager at Digicel?
Girl, there are so many turning points in that story.
I know.
And there was also air hostess.
Well, every girl wants to be an air hostess. Last week I was giving my cousin that option. Like, you could always be an air hostess if you want, you know, because she just wrote CXC, and she's at that point where she doesn't know what she wants to do or who she wants to be and stuff like that. So I'm like, you know, you could be an air hostess if you want, because that was every girl's dream.
Well, for me, career-wise, I went around in so many circles. So one part I didn't mention, growing up in Bartica, I grew up on a farm. So there are two sets of people, gold miners and farmers. And my stepfather was a farmer. And so we big plot of land. I know about waking up early morning, 4 o'clock, for pick pepper and plant things and stuff like that. And so because...
You gotta wake up at 4 to do it?
No, you gotta wake up early enough to finish it because you gotta go to school.
Oh. I thought it has to do something like the peppers bloom.
No. It's the time we gotta... It takes a lot of time.
Okay.
Yeah. And you gotta bag off and everything, and then dress for school and stuff like that. So I was very helpful to my mom and my stepdad with the farm. And then when I finished school, I just knew that I wanted to leave Bartica. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I just know that whatever it is something away from Bartica. I think I had enough of this. I was using the D word. Now I was desperate to come off of Bartica, because I had exposure to more. I knew there was more out there, and so I just wanted to venture off. And so I went online and I applied to go to the University of Guyana, and I was just applying randomly to courses, programs, so that I could come off of Bartica. And one of them I selected was agriculture because, like I said, the farm. And so that was the first program to accept my application, and I just accept the offer right away because I was like, this is sure when I get in, I could switch to wherever I want.
Sounds like desperation.
Yes. And so I came down and I started off in agriculture. And obviously that's not something that I wanted to do. That was the D word there.
Right.
And I did it for 3 years.
Whoa. You almost did it. Your face is just did 1 more year.
Girl. But it was so bad. It was so bad. Like my mental health and everything was so bad. And I bumped into my primary school teacher. And this is one that was exposed to my writing and stuff like that. And when she saw me back for the first time since primary school, and then I told her I was doing agriculture, and then she was like, Gabriella, why are you doing agriculture? You're an excellent writer. Girl, I was telling stories since I was a child. And she spoke with me for like a good 30 minutes, and I went home with everything that she told me. And I was like, you know what? I think this is the sign that I've been waiting for. I need to leave this program. I'm not happy. I'm wasting my life, wasting all these years. And then is when I switched to communication studies for me to pursue a bachelor's in communications to be this writer that I know that I am. And so then my life transitioned from that, and I went into journalism because that's where I got my first job. With a diploma, and then from journalism I transitioned to PR.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was an easy transition, wasn't
From
it?
journalism to PR.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say so, because the style of writing in journalism is a bit different in PR.
One would think it's the same or very similar.
No, it's similar in some ways, others no.
Okay.
No.
Nice.
But the background in journalism certainly helped.
Okay.
Because journalists are always searching for answers. And PR is storytelling. And to get the story, you have to ask the right questions.
Right.
So the experience in journalism taught you the questions to ask to get the story that you want to tell, or the story that will affect something onto people.
Okay, so given that you just said that, what is one thing that you would share with somebody who aspires to be, I mean, you just said it, but, you know, just so that they get it, what is one thing you would want to share with somebody who aspires to be a journalist, especially here in Guyana?
What? So I did a video on YouTube a few years ago about the title of the video was "Journalism is Not for Me." So to turn around now and encourage somebody to be a journalist is kind of hypocritical, because I respect the field, but I don't love it.
Okay.
It wasn't one that I enjoyed. You have to be, I have to say, you have to be emotionally strong, because you don't have control over the things that are happening.
Right.
And I remember there was one assignment that I was sent to that I was crying. Like, I couldn't even do the interview because the story was so sad. I had to take a moment and go inside and cry.
Wow.
So if you're like a sponge like me, it's probably not for you.
Wow.
But if you have a strong heart, strong mind, and you are the kind of person, because there are people who are committed to telling the stories and sharing the stories with people, but for me, I have to pick and choose my stories. And with PR, I can't do that, because you just give me a snippet of what you want, and then I can tell you up front if that's something I can do or not.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, but I can say you have to love it. You have to love it. If
Like
you
with
don't love it,
anything, there must be that passion or that little inkling in you that.
yeah, there is. But then there are others that you may not love it, but you can still function in it.
Okay.
It's
Or you
not-
can grow to love it
Or you
over
can
time.
grow to love it. Like for me, I think with that, you absolutely have to love it.
Okay. There's no
survive in it.
in
In my opinion.
Okay. Yeah. Well, obviously we're using your opinions here. Okay. So for the future journalists, one thing we'd say is that you have to love it.
Yeah.
I think I would say, coming from my professional background too, I would say to be a doctor is something that you should love. Like, you have to love it, because the hours are long, it's grueling, the preparation, the years of toiling, it's gruesome. And if you're not strong, especially with GPHC, you might hate it before you even reach your pinnacle, or your mountaintop in your career. For that, I'd like to say that we have met our cruising altitude, and I'd like to ask my co-pilots in the background, can we have some drinks, please? And tonight we're having the master blend from the CPL PR box from DDL.
Okay.
Yeah, and we have it mixed with a little soda. Not gonna cheers yet because we have our cheers moment coming up, but just let's wet our throats.
Okay.
All right. So we're winding down, okay? What I want to ask you is, how do you balance one gal every day? How do you balance life? I know you probably say like you don't, but from the outside, especially me looking in, like when I saw you or met you on your Instagram, I was like, this girl looks pretty balanced. Like she looks versatile. She can sing, she can do her job well, she's out there, she's inside, she seems composed, but then she seems outside, like out there also. Like, how do you do it?
Can I start by saying social media is not real?
True. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
I think social media sees what we want it to see.
It's just a few seconds of our life
yeah,
that we could actually make up.
And sometimes it's not even seconds, it's just still moments. Photos.
True.
I could just have a mental breakdown and then I take a selfie and you were like, oh, you're so beautiful, not knowing I'm fighting for my life behind those photos. I would not say I have a balanced life, but I can say that is one that I'm working towards.
Okay.
I recently turned 30, as you know.
Yes.
And so I feel like this is the eye-opening age because now you're really thinking about things that you never thought about before. A lot of times we're just living in the moment. We're just going day by day. And then you realize you're 30 and then, oh, you don't have this, you don't have that. And then you realize, oh my gosh, all these years I've not been living intentionally. I have to actually set aside time for this, set aside time for that. That's the only way I'll be able to achieve these things unless I put them down and work towards getting them. So I would say now I'm living more intentionally.
Okay.
It's not perfect as yet,
but it works.
It's working for now, but I know there are more things that I have to do and I have to set aside the time to do it, and we're gonna do it.
Nice. Love to hear it. What would you say would be your boldest asset?
My boldest asset?
Physically. I'm getting somewhere.
For personally, I love my smile.
Okay.
I think I have a warm smile. I would have heard that when people see me and I smile, I make them feel better. It may be just lines, but I feel I actually believe that, and I think that's my best feature. I love my smile. But other people will tell you otherwise. Recently, I was walking down the road. That was Middle Street area, and there were two ladies. And the girl, one of them looked around, and she was like, touched the other girl. She's like, this not a Digicel girl. It was so funny because she turned and said, I recognize you from the boobs. I was like, oh, I didn't even know how to react to that because I'm like, from Digicel? Come on now.
I really thought you would have said your boobs.
Oh, no.
And the reason why I asked was because I saw a few weeks ago you had a story up on your Instagram and you were saying somebody was asking you if you would change it or if you would do surgery or stuff like that, and then we had our talk and you were talking about how you embrace it. But what I'm getting at is you were a pageant girly, and having bold assets such as breasts, especially if you're a size, you carry them very well, I must say, with great confidence. How have you embraced that part of you, being a pageant girl? Because it's not the typical pageant body. So how did you do it?
At first, it was hard because when I did my first pageant, I was 19. So I was still a little girl, and when I put myself into that arena, I did not fully understand what I was putting myself into. A lot of public scrutiny, and then social media was evolving at that time. We had Facebook and stuff like that. And how Guyanese are always honest. And, they express their honesty very freely in comment sections. And so I was exposed to a lot of that, and so it for a long time it took a toll on me, because it was a part of me that I couldn't change.
Right.
And so, as a young girl, like, I was thinking to myself, like, how can somebody not realize that this is a part of me that I can't change? It's not something that is, self-inflicted. Like, why you do this or why you do that, you try to change it, Like, these are my natural boobs. Like, what can I do about it? Why bully me about it? And as I said, it took a toll on me. There were times when I used to strap it down. I used to wear really big clothing. Didn't want to show it off and stuff like that. But then as I grew in the pageant industry, and I got messages from other big busted girls that said that, I really inspired them and stuff like that, because they had low self-esteem and confidence, and seeing my representation on stage for all of them made them feel better, made them started embracing it more, started wearing certain clothes that they never wanted to wear because of it. And when I started getting feedback like that, it really made me feel like I was serving a purpose. And so I started to embrace it a bit more, and I started seeing it from a different point of view. It's not just me. I am the representation for other girls that look like me. And so over time it became easier, because now you see how the Guyanese girls, a lot of us are, we're thick and voluptuous.
Yes.
So I became the
The guys love us this way.
Some of them, because yeah. So I became the representation for a larger group, and it kept extending over time and stuff like that. And now I reached to a point where there's nothing. Yeah, it's just part of me. Sometimes I don't even remember.
Yeah.
You ask me what's my bullet asset, and
You say
first thing I talk about is my smile, because for me this is it's just there.
Normal, right?
And it doesn't do anything positive. My smile does. I'm just sorry. I don't know if this is a censored podcast, but
it's not censored.
It's just sexualized.
That's true.
That's what it is.
Yes.
And for me, I pay no attention to those kinds of comments and remarks in person and stuff like that. This is just part of my body, and I'm just here being me. If that's what you choose to see, that's what you choose to see. But I will not comment on it.
Right.
My thing is my smile. I can smile at you and make you feel better.
It's true.
Warm.
It's true. You have a really warm smile and nice white teeth.
Thank you.
What is something you say quickly to young women who are being bullied because of their body, whether it be boobs, whether it be legs, butt, no butt, shape, What is something you would want to share with young ladies just to encourage them?
Well, I usually say that people who find the time to bully other people, they just hate themselves. That's what I truly believe. And when you look at them, they might look perfect to you in terms of physical attributes, a nice body girl, throw a low remark at you. You look at her, you don't even know what to say back to her, because she's beautiful.
Right.
She has everything that, But there has to be something about you. There is something about you that person wish that they would have had. Right. That's why they're finding the time to come to you to say something to make you not feel good about yourself. Because why would they put in the effort to do that?
True.
Right? And so in my pageant journey, I advocate for body positivity and self-empowerment. And I like to say, instead of focusing on what you don't have, focus on what you have.
Yeah.
Instead of focusing on all that you're not, focus on all that you are. Mm-hmm. And that shifts your perspective on how you look at yourself. Yeah. And I feel like women should understand that we're more than just our bodies.
Right.
We are more than our exterior, was a slogan I used for a campaign that I had. We're more than our exterior. And I hate that, we're just limited to what people see, right? But you said that you met me and you realize that we have similar personalities and stuff, and in another life we could have been friends. Yeah. Because you realize there's more to me than what I look like. Right. And that's our everyday life. And I feel like people should just understand that what they have to offer the world, what they have to, offer on the inside is what matters most than what they look like on the outside.
Right. right? So, with that being said, we'll start wrapping up and we'll cheers to that. You are more than your exterior.
Yes, you are.
All right. So, I just want to give you a nice toast. And Gabriella, I just want to say thank you so much for sharing with us tonight. What you said has really left an impression on my heart, and I'm sure our listeners' heart, especially with saying that we are more than our exterior. And also, what I want to tie in is being intentional with our lives, not just at 30 or when we turn 30, where our life spins and, everything is like a ticking time bomb, but just living intentional now, even me at 29, and with that being said, I'd like to thank you so much for being here with us, for rapping with me, and for making the time once again for doing this with us. I'd like to say thank you for our viewers and our listeners for flying high with the AviDoct Podcast. And tonight's episode was sponsored by Awesome Image Barbershop, located on Charlotte Street. Big up to Travis. Thank you so much.